Welcome back to my Madden 26 Total Franchise rebuild with the Oklahoma City Bison. To kick off this episode, we get to take on the Atlanta Falcons for the second time this season. They've already beaten us once, 24-13, but now we are in Atlanta and we'll see if we can pull off an upset. Before we get too far into this video, I want to say that I updated my recording software before recording this game, and for whatever reason, it picked up 0 of the game audio. I have now gotten that issue fixed, but in this episode, I have found some standard crowd noise to kind of fill in for the game's audio being completely gone. Well, it would appear that both teams will start today with a 3-and-out, so now we jump in with about 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Atlanta has the ball. It's a 3rd and 6 from the Bison 37, and going downfield to absolutely nobody, they will end up kicking a field goal. And obviously in this universe, they never got rid of their kicker, so he comes out for about a 54-yard field goal. The kick is away, and it is no good, so we will remain scoreless. Let's see what our offense does this time. From the 44-yard line, we come out in shotgun. Matson's lined up at running back, but McCoy looks to pass. He steps up, and he throws it to the back, and that will end up with about a 5-yard gain to set up a 2nd and 5 for us. Back in a shotgun set again, Nicholas Matson still lined up in the backfield. We should actually know his dev trait relatively soon here. That is coming up quickly. But out of shotgun, we'll hand off to Matson up the middle for the first down and a lot more all the way to the 37, a 15-yard carry. You don't really see that a whole lot from our offense. Now, it'll be a toss play, and that's more what you see from our offense. Never mind, Matson breaks that tackle and ends up with a 3-yard carry. It still says 1 carry for 15 yards, so I'm going to assume they counted that as a reception for some reason. But now in a 2nd and 7, McCoy will look to pass, and he's going to fire downfield. He finds his man, and that is Trevor Callaway into the end zone. Touchdown, Bison. The Falcons following drive, they face a 3rd and 6 from about the 32-yard line. Penix will drop back to pass. He's going to be under pressure. Step up in the pocket, but he's getting sacked on the play by Casey Brown, which will once again bring out Koo for a 52-yard kick. The kick is away, and this one will be good. They are on the board. And then the Bison respond with a touchdown of their own. A 42-yard touchdown pass to Cedric Cruz in simulation will give us a 14-3 lead. Later on in the game, we are now into the second quarter. We face a 3rd and 13 from our own 46-yard line. And McCoy will look to pass to try to keep this drive alive. Needs to buy some time. He's actually just going to take off and will get met and brought down to the 46-yard line, which should lead to a punt. But following the punt, our defense would force a 3-and-out in simulation. We come back into the 2-minute warning where we face a 2nd and 12 from the Atlanta 24, and that one's going to be an incomplete ball to set up a 3rd and 12. McCoy's going to go back in shotgun. Matson's to the running back. Takes the snap. It's a quick pass to the outside that's caught by Cruz, but nowhere near the marker, and we will settle for a field goal. So out comes rookie kicker Avery Brackett for about a 39-yard field goal, try to give us a 2-touchdown lead. Snap, hold, kick is away, and it is good. Jumping now into the third quarter with 8:06 to play in the quarter. It's a 1st and 10 from the 12 for Atlanta, and Penix going to the end zone will find his man, but no, Drake Linden could not come down with that one. That leads to a 2nd and 10 from the 12 now. Bijan Robinson lined up in the backfield. Penix will take the snap and looks to pass. He's stepping out of the pocket. He's under pressure, but finds Kyle Pitts on the outside, and he will fight close to the marker. They rule it a 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. Now Penix comes out in a pistol set. Robinson is the running back. He's going to send a man in motion. Takes a snap. Handoff to Robinson, who was met immediately and brought down. That was Obo Okoronkwo on the tackle, but now a 2nd and goal. He'll take the snap. It's a pass to the outside. That'll be incomplete. So that leads to a 3rd and goal at about the 4-yard line for the Falcons now. Penix back in shotgun again. Bijan Robinson still the running back, but once again, Hill looks to pass. We're bringing a blitz, and it's gonna get home. Gavin Hawley, the undrafted free agent, brings him down at the 11. That would obviously lead to a field goal for the Falcons, so now an 11-point game, and we face a 3rd and 4, a possible 3-and-out. McCoy going deep downfield and overthrowing his man, and we'll have to punt it away. We jump in on a 3rd and 4 for the Falcons now from their own 49-yard line. Penix will drop back and look to pass. Step up in the pocket. He's going to take off, and their drive will continue. But it won't continue very long because a couple plays later in simulation, Troy Anderson comes away with a pick. And we are very much looking to take advantage of that turnover. 1st and 10, we have driven down to the Falcons' 26-yard line. Handoff to Madsen, who will have to break a tackle and then is brought down for a loss of 1. Quincy McCoy back in his shotgun set again from the 27-yard line. He will take the snap and look to pass. He's firing downfield, and that one's going to get intercepted. We give the ball right back, but it won't be a pick six. I thought for a second they had a chance there. And then I accidentally simulated past it, but they did get a field goal out of that drive, making it an 8-point game with 8:04 remaining. We have a 3rd and 13. McCoy rolling to the outside. He's going to lob this deep downfield on the run into a jump ball, and it will fall incomplete, trying to find Jahan Dotson. But thankfully, with 6:32 to go in the game, our defense would get our offense the ball back. So we have a chance to chew away more clock. Hand off to Madsen, who goes up the middle, and will start this drive with about a 4-yard carry. He is up to 10 carries today for 42 yards. Now McCoy back in shotgun again. Madsen lined up in the backfield. Will take the snap. It's a handoff to Madsen, who have to break a couple tackles immediately and is brought down for a 3rd and 7. Can we keep this drive moving, or is Atlanta going to have another chance to come back and tie this game? McCoy will take the snap and looks to pass, standing in the pocket. Now he's going to let it go downfield. It's a wobbler downfield, and it will fall incomplete. A jump ball for Trevor Callaway, and we'll have to punt it away. Here we go with 5:12 remaining from the 25-yard line. Penix will take the snap. He's firing downfield, and a wide open man. Are you kidding me? Touchdown Atlanta. That was Elijah Moore on the reception. The fireworks were still going off, and now Penix will throw to the end zone, and it will be caught, and they have tied this one up at 17. Why was Obo Okoronkwo in coverage on Drake London? That is a great question to ask our defensive coordinator. The kick is sent deep. We'll field it at the 5-yard line, and is going to be returned across the 25 and brought down to the 28. So with 5 minutes to go, it's now up to rookie quarterback Quincy McCoy, who has had a chance to chew away at the clock, was not able to do it, but now we have a chance to have a game-winning drive. McCoy back in shotgun. Run the play action, getting sacked immediately by James Pierce. That brings up a 2nd and 14. McCoy back in shotgun. Madsen lined up in the backfield. McCoy will obviously look to pass here. Firing downfield. That one will be caught by Cedric Cruz, and that sets up a 3rd and 7 at the 31-yard line. One thing to keep in mind is both teams do have all 3 timeouts currently. We're under 4 minutes to play. McCoy out of shotgun will drop back. He steps up, fires this one downfield, and misses his receiver. That leads to a 4th and 7 where we will punt it away. So now we're going to fully count on our defense again. The snap, the punt is sent deep, and the Falcons will get to take over at about the 30. They're going to come out under center with 3:49 to play. They're going to start with a handoff to Bijan Robinson to the outside. He'll break that tackle and get met and brought down for a gain of about 3 yards. So now a 2nd and 7 for the Falcons. Penix goes back under center here. Bijan's still the running back. Do they go right back to him? They're going to send Moore in motion. He takes the snap, and it's going to be a play fake. Now he throws it out to Moore on the outside, but he'll be met and brought down. Not much of a gain there. It sets up a 3rd and 6. We are under 3 minutes to play in the game now. Officially at 2:45. He'll take the snap and look to pass. He's going deep downfield and overthrows his man, so now they might punt it away and give our offense a chance here, and that's exactly what they will do. So we'll figure out exactly where we're taking over. The snap, the punt will be sent deep. The Bison are going to get the field this one at about the, I would say, 12-yard line, and we're actually going to have a return to the outside. He'll get met and brought down to the 21. So with just 2:33 remaining and all 3 timeouts, Quincy McCoy will take the field. Nicholas Madsen lined up at running back from his own 21-yard line. Will take the snap, and it's a handoff to Madsen. That is going nowhere. It's actually a loss of 2. We shall see if they let that play run us down to the 2-minute warning. With another shotgun set, they will actually take the snap. McCoy looking to pass. Will throw to the outside. Caught by Madsen, who will be met, break that tackle, and goes out of bounds, taking us down to the 2-minute warning officially with 1:58 to play. And now McCoy comes out as the only one in the backfield. We really cannot afford a 3-and-out right now. McCoy will look to pass. Going downfield, he'll find Trevor Callaway for the first down and forced out of the 49-yard line. So we are now with great field position, close to field goal range actually. 1:52 to go, all 3 timeouts. And now McCoy will look to pass again. A quick throw will be caught over the middle by Dante Thornton, who will fight his way down to the 26-yard line. The clock will continue to run. Neither team burning a timeout right now. Handoff to Madsen, who will break a tackle and then get met and brought down. And Atlanta will actually burn their first timeout at 1:24. McCoy going back in shotgun again. Madsen still in the backfield at the 25-yard line. We'll send Thornton in motion. Now we're going to send him right back. McCoy will take the snap and look to pass. Just take care of the ball. He fires over the middle, and that one will fall incomplete. So Atlanta gets to save a timeout there. 1:19 to play. Facing a 3rd and 9. McCoy standing in the pocket. Will fire downfield, and he finds his man. That is tight end Steve Felix for the first down. Brought down to the 9-yard line. And Atlanta has now burned their 2nd timeout. Officially 1:15 to go in the game. McCoy from under center. Handoff to Madsen up the middle. And he'll stiff arm one man but get brought down. Atlanta will burn their final timeout with 1:12 remaining. But fortunately, the Bison still have all 3, so we can do really whatever we want. It's a handoff to Madsen that's going nowhere to bring up a 3rd and goal. The clock will run down. We're going to come out in an I formation here at about the 12-yard line and take the snap. We go to Madsen again to the outside. Madsen getting to the edge. He'll get met and brought down at the 6-yard line, and we should let this clock run down pretty far here. 5, 4, 3, 2 for the win. Avery Brackett will make it through, and with 1 second remaining, we have a 3-point lead. Possibly our 2nd win on the season right here if they don't do anything crazy. The kick is sent deep, and it will actually be a touchback, so Atlanta's offense is going to get 1 play. We have already seen them score on 1 play to start their drive, but right now they need an absolute miracle. From the 35-yard line, Penix will drop back. He steps up. He throws towards the sideline, and that's caught, but going nowhere. And officially, the Oklahoma City Bison pick up their 2nd win in franchise history, improving to 2-5. Our quarterback played pretty well today, I'm not going to lie. I really wish we could see more out of the running back, but we do not have a good offensive line to really let him do anything. The final stats for Quincy McCoy: he goes 19 of 33 for 259 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. On the ground, Madsen got 43 yards on 16 carries, and then receiving, Madsen apparently had the most receptions with 5, but Cedric Cruz 4 for 71 in a score, and Trevor Callaway 2 for 62 in a score, and both of those were obviously massive catches, one of them being for a touchdown, another one on like a 3rd and 9 when we really needed it. And then over on defense, we have a 3-way tie for leading tackler, going to Courtney Coates, Tony Jefferson, and Casey Brown. In sacks, Casey Brown got 2, Gavin Hawley got 1, and Obo Okoronkwo got 1. We also got 1 interception from Troy Anderson. Well, we managed to pick up that division win, but our next game is still in the division because now we get to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But we now officially know the dev trait for running back Nicholas Madsen, and it is a superstar X Factor. So he is our franchise's first ever X Factor. He was a 2nd-round pick, so I'm perfectly fine with that. Tampa Bay would get the ball first, and they were forced to punt, but now we face a possible 3-and-out. Going downfield, and he is going to miss Nicholas Madsen, who could have had a massive game. We will now jump in on Tampa Bay's next drive, where superstar X Factor, apparently quarterback Baker Mayfield, has them at a 3rd and 2 from the Bison 36. And he'll look to pass. He's going to throw to the outside, caught by Cade Otton, but he's not going to have a first down. They are going to attempt a 55-yard field goal, which may be a little crazy. The kick is away, and it will be no good. We will take over from the 45-yard line on a 1st and 10. Handoff to Madsen up the middle, who will start this drive with a gain of 10. That's apparently his first carry of the day, and it was a pretty solid one. Quincy McCoy back in shotgun again. Madsen lined up in the backfield. He'll take the snap, and they give it to Madsen up the middle. He has another solid gain, and Nicholas Madsen inside the 15 down to the 9-yard line before he is finally caught. All right, if we're going to do more of that, keep giving him the ball. 1st and goal, McCoy will look to pass, though. Step up in the pocket, fire into the end zone, and that'll be knocked away. Trying to find Jahan Dotson. It'll lead to a 2nd and goal. And it looks like Samaje Perrine's going to check in at running back for this play. McCoy back in shotgun. Will take the snap. It'll be a play fake. A quick throw to the outside. Caught by, I believe, Grant Calcaterra, who will fight his way down to the 1 and set up a 3rd and goal. We come out in what looks like a goal line set. Nicholas Madsen at running back. It's a QB sneak, and we don't get there. All right, we obviously cannot run the tush push, and we'll come out with a shotgun set on 4th and goal. This is interesting. Madsen in the backfield. It's a toss play to Madsen on the outside, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. You have got to be kidding me. Jumping into the second quarter now. It's a 1st and 10 for the Bison. It is still a scoreless game. Handoff to Madsen up the middle, who will break that tackle and fight his way to the 10-yard line. That brings up a 2nd and 7 now. With another shotgun set. McCoy is all alone in the backfield here. Will take the snap and look to pass. Rolling to the outside. Never mind. He's going to take off. And he's inside the 5 and will slide down and bring up a 1st and goal from the 3. Now, obviously, we got down here before and turned it over on downs. Let's try to avoid that this time. Braden Willis at fullback. Madsen at running back is not going to find any space. It brings up a 2nd and goal now at the 5-yard line. McCoy back in shotgun again. Madsen, the running back, will take the snap. A quick throw will be incomplete, trying to find Cedric Cruz. I mean, can we at least get a field goal out of this drive? Hopefully, as long as we don't turn it over, that should be the result here. McCoy at a shotgun will look to pass. Rolling to the outside. Needs to get rid of it. We'll let it go. Caught by Madsen into the end zone. Touchdown, Bison. I would much rather have that. And then both teams would end up trading punts for a while. We jump in here with 1:45 to go in the half. Up 7-0. And that'll be a 1st down, I believe, to Trevor Callaway. McCoy's going to line up under center from about the 16-yard line. Madsen in the backfield. Handoff to the rookie. And he'll break that tackle and end up with a 2-yard carry. That should take us under a minute to go. Never mind, we're going to burn our first time out. McCoy back in shotgun again. From the 14-yard line, we'll take the snap and look to pass. It's a quick screen to the outside, caught by Madsen, who will break that tackle but not get much space. That brings up a 3rd and 10. We are actually letting the clock run down here. Tampa still has all 3 timeouts. We have 2 remaining. McCoy will look to pass. He's firing over the middle, finds his man, and it's Trevor Callaway into the end zone. Touchdown, Bison. Now we jump into the 3rd quarter. Tampa Bay trying to fight their way back into this game. It's a 3rd and 9. Baker going to throw this deep. He has Mike Evans, but he can't come down with it. And it appears that our offense is absolutely rolling today. They have gotten down to the 22-yard line. It's now a 2nd and 6. Handoff to Madsen, who will break that tackle, break another one, and end up fighting to set up a 3rd and 1. So now we'll come out in an I formation. Braden Willis lined up at fullback and Nicholas Madsen lined up at running back. Do we just go to him? It's a QB sneak, and we don't get it. 4th and inches, and we will apparently just kick a field goal. I can't really say I blame them. It gives us a 3-point lead here on a 34-yard field goal try, as long as he can make this. And it's going to get blocked on the play, recovered by Tampa Bay, and they'll take over near the 30. All right, not how I expected that play to go. And the Buccaneers drive would take us into the 4th quarter of this game. It's a 3rd and 5 at the 48-yard line. He's going to send Godwin in motion. Baker will take the snap. He's under pressure, going downfield. He'll find, I think it's Egbuka. I don't know really how to say his name. But it results in 4th and inches, and they are going to line up and go for it. So out of a shotgun set, he will look to pass again. He's going to fire over the middle, and he finds Chris Godwin to keep this drive alive to the Bison 34-yard line. Are we really going to allow former Oklahoma quarterback Baker Mayfield to wake up here in the 4th quarter? He'll take the snap and look to pass. Firing downfield, he'll find Godwin. Breaking tackles, brought down at the 8-yard line to bring up a 1st and goal. Baker going back under center. Bucky Irving in the backfield. He'll take the snap. It's a quick throw to the outside. That's caught by Cade Otton, and it brings up a 2nd and goal from about the 5-yard line. With a 5-wide set now, and I see nobody lined up on Chris Godwin. That could be bad. We'll take the snap. There's immediately a flag. A quick throw caught by Godwin. He's brought down about the 3, but is it going to be an offsides? Yes, it is. So one of our guys was lined up, and it looks like it was defensive back Courtney Coates was lined up in the neutral zone or across the line of scrimmage. I didn't personally see it. It's probably obvious on the video, but whatever. 2nd and goal now from the 3. Take the snap, run the play action. He's under pressure, escapes it, finds Bucky Irving, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa. And is there a worse way to have a first play of the drive in simulation than getting picked off and Tampa Bay taking over at the 23-yard line? Probably not. I'm going to say the only thing worse than that would probably be a pick 6, but now Baker will come out under center. He will drop back to pass. He's going to fire downfield, and that one is just straight up dropped by Cade Otton to bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 23. With 8:33 remaining, Baker back in shotgun again. Bucky Irving still in the backfield, but Baker will look to pass. He's going to fire to the outside. That'll be caught, and that's going to set up a 3rd and 1 at the 14-yard line. Baker back in shotgun again. Irving in the backfield with him. About 8 minutes to play in the game. I would imagine this is going to be a 4-down territory situation unless Jadeveon Clowney sacks him back to the 20-yard line. I was fully expecting an incomplete pass would just end up with them going forward on 4th and 1, but instead they will kick a field goal and make it 14-10. This time in simulation, Quincy McCoy would get us down to the 24-yard line. Under 6 minutes to go. It's a handoff to Madsen to the outside, and that's going to be a loss of 1. So we'll bring up a 2nd and 11 now for the Bison. McCoy back in shotgun. Madsen lined up at running back. He'll take the snap and looks to pass. Standing in the pocket. Has a bit of time here. Is going to run out eventually. He throws it on the run downfield and finds rookie tight end Steve Felix down to the 6-yard line. Under 5 minutes to play. Back in his shotgun set. McCoy will look to pass. They're bringing a blitz and it's going to get home. Brought down the 12-yard line. I believe by Antoine Winfield. So it now brings up a 2nd and goal. With a shotgun set. Madsen lined up in the backfield. McCoy will look to pass. Standing in the pocket. He steps up. Needs to get rid of it. And finally does at the last possible second. I don't know if that was intended for the tight end or just a thrown away ball. But either way, it's a 3rd and goal from the 12-yard line. McCoy out of shotgun. Will drop back. Step up in the pocket. Firing this to the end zone. And it's going to fall incomplete. Which now should lead to a field goal try. As long as this one is not blocked, we have a 7-point lead. Snap, hole kick is away, and it is good. Officially with 4:08 remaining, Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers offense will take the field. From their own 27-yard line, he comes out in a shotgun set. He is going to send a man in motion. He lines up on the other side of the line, and Baker will finally look to pass. He's firing, and that's going to be caught. But it's not going to be much of a gain. He could not make a decision on what way to go. Ends up with a 5-yard play. So now 2nd and 5 from the 33. And it's going to be an I formation for Tampa Bay. Bucky Irving lined up in the backfield. And it will be a run play to the outside. Spins out one man and is brought down by Jadeveon Clowney. But that will result in a 3rd down. Baker Mayfield back in a shotgun set now for the 3rd down. He'll drop back and look to pass. Fire into a wide open man for the easy 1st down. About 2.5 minutes to go in the game. Baker back in shotgun again. From the 46-yard line, he's going to send K-Dot in motion, and then he motions him right back. It'll be a play fake, but he's hit immediately, I think, by Jose Escobar. With about 2:29 to play in the game now. It's a 2nd and 10. He'll take the snap. It's a quick throw to the outside. Caught by Otten, who will break that tackle and go out of bounds with 2:24 remaining. And Tampa Bay faces a 3rd and 7. From the 49-yard line, Baker Mayfield back in shotgun will drop back to pass. He's firing this one downfield. That's caught and will set up a 4th and 2. And that would obviously take us down to the 2-minute warning here. So we both have time to come up with a game plan for this play. From the 46-yard line, Baker back in shotgun. Both teams do have all 3 timeouts. It's a handoff, and he is met in the backfield and swarmed by the Bison. A turnover on downs. Obviously a massive play, but now the Bison need to chew away at the clock. Handoff to Madsen, and it's going to start this drive with no gain, and Tampa has burned their first timeout with 1:53. McCoy back in shotgun. Madsen lined up in the backfield. He's going to take the snap and look to pass. Step up in the pocket. Now let this one go, and that will be a 1st down. That was wide receiver Cedric Cruz making that catch. Tampa Bay has burned their 2nd timeout now. It's a handoff to Madsen, who is going to get met and brought down. And Tampa will burn their final timeout with 1:44 to play. 2nd and 10 from the 41-yard line. McCoy goes under center. Will take the snap. Handoff to Madsen, who is met immediately and brought down for no gain. But we can at least let the clock run down a bit here. And honestly, I think I would rather just run the ball, go down as far as possible, kick a long field goal right now. But it looks like we may be passing, and we are. McCoy to try to end the game will let it go, and it'll be caught by Trevor Callaway, who steps out of bounds, but it does not matter because now we can take a victory formation, and just like that, we have won back-to-back divisional games on the road. I really don't know what to say. The team, I would say, is playing efficient football right now. We're obviously not scoring a lot, but our defense has stepped up in some pretty big moments. Quarterback Quincy McCoy goes 20 of 34 for 260 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Nicholas Madsen, 64 yards on 14 carries. And then receiving, it looks like our leading receiver was Trevor Callaway, 4 for 67. Actually, I lied. Cedric Cruz, 4 for 68. And I lied again. It's Steve Felix, 4 for 72. Eventually, I was going to find the guy that had the most receiving yards. And Jadeveon Clowney ends up leading the team in tackles, along with getting 2 sacks today, and Casey Brown also came away with 1. And I think that's going to be a good spot to wrap up this episode, getting back-to-back divisional wins, both massive wins for us. We improved to 3-5 on the season, and in the next episode, we will come back and we get a home game against the Detroit Lions.